Society Stitchers. I'm Katie.
I'm Laura.
And I'm Athena.
And welcome to the Black Needle Society FlossTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So over the last couple of weeks, it hasn't even been 2 full weeks though. We've been opening our trick or treat box, which is kind of done Advent style. And so we have gifts. I'm trying to think.
10 through 13.
10 through 13 to show you today. So we have 2 and Athena has 2. So let's get going. Let's do gift number 10.
So gift number 10. Do you want to do this one?
You want to do
the other? Okay. This one has what's inside.
I wonder.
Ooh. Okay. There has been so much discussion about this. It's been really fun.
Which I completely understand.
Yes.
Because when I first found out about this cocoa and the brand, I was trying to decide if it was orange flavored or if it was just orange colored.
So, and it says Witch's Brew Orange Hot Chocolate. At the top, it says Halloween, colorful orange hot chocolate.
Yes.
Just add water and watch it turn orange before your very eyes.
Yes.
So it is chocolate flavored hot chocolate. Regular hot chocolate.
No orange flavor in it. Is just hot chocolate.
Have you made yours, Athena?
I haven't yet. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
I think we're going to have to make it on Halloween night.
And this is from McStevens. Katie has had this before.
Yes.
She enjoyed it. That's why we checked it out, because she knew it was a fun thing to have the color changing hot chocolate. Okay. How about number 11?
Number 11. I've already opened mine, so I don't have packaging on this one. But this is the amazing chart pack from the Night Spirit Studio. I'm going to get a glare. There we go. So the little ghost sitting on his little tombstone. That's so cute. I love that one. And you've got a pumpkin there's skeletons in there and moons and all kinds of fun stuff. And then, of course, go away.
It says go away, and then tiny letters down below it says I'm reading.
Oh, it does.
And I wanted to point out, because there's a question that we saw on an unboxing. The ghost is actually done in black work.
Yes.
Did you hear?
All this is.
Go ahead.
All this is black work. This one is. Yeah.
Did you hear Katie say that the go away is actually a bookmark?
Yes, I did.
So,
it says go away. I'm reading
it.
So that's awesome. And it's a really nice book. Obviously I can't show you, but some really good patterns, good size in there. So
you could show like one of the little,
where it's like cut off,
the extra part of a pattern, because they are nice size. She was lovely to work with and sent.
Yeah, okay, so this is just like the bottom corner of the pumpkin one. So it's pretty big, nice, good chart to work from.
Yeah. And there's also an additional page with every single one of those where it has the full chart on it. And so it's both the broken down version, so it's zoomed in, and the full chart, so you can kind of go back and double check yourself too, which I think is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you can see how it falls together, because that's always fun.
Yeah. It's a really good book. Love it.
Loved working with her. Excellent. We asked for 1 pattern and she gave us 3, which we hope you guys love. We were like so excited when she sent all of it all together, and
it was fun. Okay, so number 12 comes in a purple box. That's the other thing that's been cracking me up. Okay, do you want to show?
Sure. So this is from somebody who I worked with in the book world, and it's from the Witch's Bath, so we teased them as a vendor. And she created I Put a Spell on You whipped soap sugar scrub.
And she does a cool thing. Here,
so open it on top, and she did 3 colors for this one. And it is, she tried to do black, but I think it turned out a little more gray. Purple and green for this, and then the spellbook soap on top. How cute. So she called this scent All Hallows Eve Bonfire, which she decided smelled like cinnamon and pumpkin.
And I've seen a couple of unboxings, good Lord words. People didn't quite understand what that was in top. So that is a regular like piece of soap that you would use to like kind of scoop out your
like scoop and then scrub.
Yeah.
When I use these from her, I scoop it out with that, and I have one of the like the netting scrubbies, and I smear it on my scrubby and then use it.
I just use it straight on my skin. And I have tried other bath products before from other people, and hers are the first ones that I can honestly say, like, I use it and I feel like my skin is softer. It feels better. It feels like nourished and moisturized and all of that. And it just is like, so I tried her. She also has bath melts. And when we went to Galleria last year, we don't have a bathtub here. So I couldn't use them. I save all of my bath bombs and stuff like that for when we travel. And I use the bathtubs at the hotels. And
Katie was really disappointed that Galleria was canceled this year.
Guys, I needed to use my bath products. But I used the bath melt while we were there last year, and I texted her like from the bathtub. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So yeah, make sure that you go check her out and try some of her other products.
Yes, her stuff smells so good.
Yes.
My favorite is actually her firewood smelling scrubs, which her Deathly Hallows is the one that I get that's like that.
Katie got one from her that is like all black and white, black and gray, and the scent of it is roses.
Oh, it was a special edition. It was for the Tim Burton collaboration we did last year.
And I love the smell of roses. So it's fabulous. And it's not real in the shower, you are smelling it, but out of the shower, it's very subtle.
Yeah.
So, and the other one I have is coffee scented. I love that.
That's Letter from Hogwarts, which is all the time if you can catch it. She's very popular because her stuff is so good. So if you follow her on Instagram, you can check for her restock dates, which she's very good about listing for you. And set your alarms and get in there and snag some stuff.
Okay.
And then
Athena 13.
Number 13. And of course I have this bag because these are the talk of the town.
Yes.
They're like, you guys don't understand. No, like this is a good bag. I can't remember who I was watching. Oh man. She's like, I think it was when she opened whatever number the black one is. And she's like, well, this is really cool. And it's the pillowcase, right? She's like, well, this is really cool. But you guys don't understand. This bag is like a really good quality bag. I thought that was so funny.
I'm so glad that everybody loves the bags. Yes.
What is Pam's channel name?
I don't know.
I would have to look her up, doggone it. Stitching in the Land of Good Enough.
Okay.
I believe that's right. And her name is Pam. She is wonderful to watch, and she has done an unboxing every day, and she gets so excited, and I just love it because she gets giddy. She has taken her black bag like that, and that's where all of her stuff is she's whatever she can fit is in there.
So I saw somebody post a picture, and I think it was like one of the photo challenge pictures, and she was posting it about something else, but I saw where she had the black bag. It was on her magnifier.
Veronica, yes. I believe is her name, and she's in Germany.
Yes, I saw that.
She put it right over her magnifier lamp, and it fit perfect, and it was a nice little covering for her lamp. I was like,
she was photographing the pillow cover in her chair. But yes, I saw it. Yeah.
Yes. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so in this bag, number 13, I feel like we need a drum roll. The amazing, oh my goodness. And this was your choice of linen, even weave, or Ada. And did everyone get their first choice? Were we able, because you had to like kind of rank them.
All except for, I think,
there were about
one person, because they had 2 boxes. So they got both their number 1 and number 2. And if you didn't reply to the form, then you just got what we sent you.
Oh yeah.
So
So make
yes,
sure if you're getting a box that's got options, or even if you're not sure if it's got options, but make sure to be watching your emails following up after you've purchased the box, because
And
if there's options, you want to answer that.
yeah, and I always try and post to Instagram if we are going to
Yeah.
send out an email with options, so that even if you don't see it in your email, maybe you'll see it on our social media. Now that we have the Facebook group, I'll probably post it in there too when I send out an email, that you will be, if you signed up for a January box, you will be getting an email here in the next week or two. I would like it to be sooner rather than later, but
but that brings us to
yeah. So
Well, this is Eek.
yeah.
I don't think I actually said that, but this is
Okay.
Eek from Picture This Bless.
and
Okay.
yours is the Ada.
So
yes?
oh, and I don't think we
Yeah,
said
mine's
count on
Ada.
them.
So the Ada is 16 and the even weave and the linen are both 32.
Yes.
That's typically what we're sending is that count.
Because we feel like that is a pretty decent
kind of in
size
the
for
middle.
everybody, and that means that however you stitch it, it should come out the same on all of those fabrics, so everybody is
Yes.
getting the same coverage area by doing it that way too.
Mhm.
That was Mom's brilliant point when we were trying to choose the sizes of the fabric.
And it's kind of in the middle. I mean, like Athena, I know that you prefer 18 count,
Yeah.
but I mean
but-
that gets tiny for some people. So
Yeah.
I kind of like the
It is a good middle compromise. Doreen Jones had her free Christmas Halloween style going.
It's so cute.
It is adorable, and I think that's what I'm going to use this for.
Awesome. I've seen some
Awesome.
finishes on that lately.
Okay, so we kind of teased that we were going to go to this, so I have to show you. We found out last weekend that our Christmas Advent box would not all
it was
fit
too small.
by just a little bit. But we figured out that it would not fit in the boxes that we had originally purchased. And don't worry, we're going to use them for something else. It's not
Yes.
going to go to waste or anything. But we had to buy new boxes. And so this morning I demo packed the new box. And I actually sent a picture of
You gotta
this
turn it
to Mom and Athena, and Mom didn't, I think, understand how big it was.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, well,
look.
when you send us just the front, it's like, oh
Like my
my
hand.
goodness.
My hand doesn't even, I couldn't hold it one-handed. I'm telling you, it is
Now
big.
that's the 25-day box.
This is
Yes.
the 25 day.
Oh,
Yes.
and thank goodness Katie had enough brain power to double check the 12-day box as well, because guess what? It was
Those needed to
small
be bigger
too.
But don't anybody worry, all the boxes are here. I've already posted that we are planning to ship them on Monday, November 9th. So get
Give me one.
excited. Sure. And I will say though that it is still so packed that your boxes will not be packed with crinkle. There will be no
There's
crinkle.
no room. Oh, so I know how sad that makes you guys that you don't get crinkle.
Yeah.
It does mean that we don't use
It's gonna
the
make a
crinkle.
lot of kitties sad, I think, because from all the unboxings I'm seeing, our little familiars love the crinkle.
Yes. But we're actually kind of happy to not send it. A, it makes a mess. B, it will reduce our waste by not sending the crinkle in this box. And it's fine. We do have it here, but we'll use it in future boxes to make
Yes.
sure your other things are safe in future boxes too. So, but if we don't have to use it, we're not going to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are always planning ahead, so
Yep.
we will definitely use it. You want to set it back?
Sure. Ooh, it's a
That's
heavy.
what you're gonna say when your box comes. Ooh yeah.
Oh, here, and we can show this too.
Yeah. Jeff says, tip your mailman.
We also did a demo of our spoiler card. So all the secrets are hidden underneath these little scratch offs, and you will be able to scratch off day by day to reveal your gifts that are in the box.
So you don't have to worry about spoiling yourself. And
Yeah.
on the back, you're gonna show them the back.
Oh, yeah. And the back has the photo challenge, but you don't need to worry about that either, because all it says is gift 1, gift 2, gift 3, gift 4.
So again, it's you won't have spoilers with this.
No.
And I don't remember what the other option was, but I remember you coming to me and saying, should we do scratch offs or something else?
It's a
And I
pamphlet.
remember,
Yeah, because we're going to continue using the pamphlets like in the Fall Into Stitching in the Trick or Treat box.
but I like stopped listening after she said the scratch offs. I'm like, oh, scratch offs. Yes. And she's like, it's going to be a lot more work. I will help. I will help.
It is fun.
It is. And I kept sitting here and I'm telling Mom when we put them on, I was like, I want to scratch them now.
And ours, we did ours with as a trial.
Yes.
So it'll be.
So we used the bad stickers because they had like doubled some of the stickers to like secure the roll down. So we used the bad stickers on ours so that things wouldn't go to waste, but so that y'all would have the pretty ones.
And it gave us a chance to kind of practice with it. And let me tell you, your immediate inclination when you're putting stickers on is to push with your finger and wiggle it down. Yeah, no, you can't do that.
No.
So we are in the midst of mad finishing, packing, wrapping.
I did not make Dad happy today because I was really excited. We have wrapped 1,500 presents and there are 1,020 to go. He didn't like the number for the to go. So, but it's okay. I think it's gonna go pretty quickly here because they're in chunks, and most of the items are here. 2 of the items are showing up today. Actually, 3 of the items are showing up today from 2 different vendors. And then I think Monday or Tuesday next week we're gonna get the last ones in, and we'll get them wrapped, and we'll be good.
So,
yay!
Fun times. Do you have anything you want to add, Athena?
Were we going to do anything about tomorrow?
Yeah, I want to say a couple of things.
So we're filming this on Friday night, but I'm posting this on Saturday morning. So tonight, because it's Saturday now.
So we will be having our stitching event, and that's through the Facebook group, the Black Needle Society Facebook group.
Yes.
We have been on it getting people admitted, but I need to tell you that if you didn't answer the questions, I give you a little while because I have found that it pops up and that they can come back and answer questions. But there are people now that I've hit decline because I want them to figure out why they're not getting in. So if you have been declined,
we want you to stitch with us as long as you're really a stitcher.
Yes. So, and the reason that we are declining is because people are not answering questions. We're asking these questions that are normal stitcher questions so that we don't get any crazy
anyone trying to steal information, trying to,
to ruin our weekend.
Yeah. We want all of our members to stay safe.
Yeah, the trolls. We gotta stay away from the trolls.
Yep.
So we will be doing
the Witching Hour Stitch Together. We actually finished putting together the prize bags. So we will be handing those out later tonight. It's a little weird to say that. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I think it's going to be fun. We have 4 prizes that you can win during the 6-hour period. So it starts at 6 p.m. Central Time in the Facebook group and ends at midnight, the witching hour.
And it will start at 6 p.m. with a live Facebook video that will hop on and
it kicks off our first challenge.
Yes. So, and the challenges, just so you know, if you haven't gone and checked it out and looked, the challenges, one of them is to use DMC 310.
Nope. To stitch on a project that calls for DMC 310. You don't actually have to use it during the hour. It just has to have it called for or be on your project.
And the second challenge is to stitch.
So basically any pattern. Like I can't think of a single pattern that doesn't have 310.
Frogwarts.
No 310. The second one is to stitch on a project with pumpkins.
Which here's a little hint: if you're watching our FlossTube, then you get a little leg up here. You could stitch on a project with whatever DMC calls pumpkins. I think it's 971. Maybe go check it out, because yes, they have a floss that they call pumpkins.
And I think there's a Weeks Dye Works called
I was gonna
Jack-o'-lantern.
say,
Yeah. So,
yeah, there might be some overdyes that have pumpkin somewhere in the floss
Yes.
too.
so stitch on a project with pumpkins. You don't even have to stitch Halloween.
Yeah, we were trying to make it as universal as we could.
Yes.
And Katie is setting up all the rooms and things. Well, when you see this, they will be set up.
By now I have it done. I can take a nap and have a nice easy Saturday.
And then there's one other thing still happening too. There's a stash dive, correct?
Yes. And the stash dive, I posted a guide with the schedule to the weekend, or not weekend, to the
I know.
evening. And the challenges are on there, as well as the rules for the stash dive. So go ahead, read through that, and make sure that you understand how the stash dive works. If you have any questions about how to post to an event, or or to upload to an event, then go back. We made unit videos, and you will
Units are in the top
bar,
the top bar.
directly
Mhm.
underneath the group name. There
Mhm.
should be a bar of options, and units is like number 2 on there when I look at it.
Yep.
So you can go there, and you don't have to go through the whole thing. You can read through and select the unit that you need.
Mhm.
So
It's
So,
a
and
good,
on the schedule, there's open. I mean, you'll see, there's a stitching challenge, there's a stash dive, and then there's open blocks. That doesn't mean that there's nothing happening. That means head to one of the rooms and get on a video chat. You can turn your camera off if you're not comfortable right away. But yeah, head to a room and meet people and stitch together. And those are I feel the best part
Mhm.
of these stitch togethers, these retreats, just
And-
getting in those rooms and meeting people. Because I think it was during our your free retreat that you had before, there was one point we're sitting there and I'm like, there's someone from Australia, there's someone from we had the United States, we had Canada, we had Australia. Tell me where else we had. We had
The
did we have
UK, we had the
Switzerland.
UK and Switzerland.
UK, and it was I think it was just really, really cool to just know that I'm talking to all of these people all around the world right now. And we're all going through this whole shutdown, lockdown.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody in the world is. And I just think it's really cool to get in those rooms and connect with people.
Mhm.
And I was going to say, really the only time that you shouldn't be in one of the rooms is if you're participating in the stash dive. Otherwise, during the stitching challenges, you are happy.
Yes.
Like, you're more than welcome. It's easy to go sit in one of the chat rooms, the rooms,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
sit and stitch. And
You
talk
do want
and-
to come
yeah.
to the lives, because that's where we will tell you what all is going on
But
too.
we only
We have a couple
have one on
At the
there
beginning
listed. Yeah.
and
And
one
we'll
at the
have one
end.
at the end.
Yeah, one
And
at the
I was
beginning.
going to-
Well, does the one at the beginning? No, you have one at the beginning at 6:00, and then you'll have one again when you kick off the stash dive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So,
maybe we'll have
for the Facebook lives, you'll need to go out of the rooms. If you're in a room, leave out of the room, go back to the group page, and you should see a live pop up there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
And I do want to say, we were talking about that you could turn your camera off. So there was somebody during the free retreat who started out with their camera off. And by the time we got a little ways in, that person was like,
I'm doing it.
okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
And just jumped in and turned that camera on and joined. And it was so fun because, and I
And
understand.
then she walked us around her room, and we got to see all her
Yes.
stitching, and that was fun. But I will tell you, most of the time, nobody's really looking at the screen anyway, because we're all busy looking at our patterns and making sure we're not
Yes.
doing anything to frog later on.
Because we're definitely
Yeah.
stitching during this, but it's so fun just to get to meet all of these all of you.
Yeah.
And Guys,
Well,
it's Halloween, so there's also a costume contest happening. So we hope to see you guys in costume. I'll be in costume, and I think you're going to be in
this was
costume.
my costume at school today. The whole office staff was Tootsie Pops. What was I gonna say? I think it was during the free retreat that we all met Gail for the first time.
Yes.
Yep.
Who has a floss tube now. She's got 2
Yay!
floss tubes out. And she was so nervous, I think, when we, getting into the cameras and everything else. And then I'm telling you, it's groundbreaking, guys. You come join us for a stitch together, and then pretty soon you're making floss tubes.
Okay, but
I mean, that happens.
if you're in a room with us, like Mom and I, and we're talking too much, tell us to be quiet.
We feed off each other big time. And we have tried since the first couple of retreats to really pare it back. And
if you were at the free retreat, you're thinking, oh, that was pared back.
It was. But we're trying to make sure that we're more aware of it so that we get to hear more from you guys.
Yep.
So
yeah.
I'm always trying to draw people out and ask them questions and get them to participate. So if you're in a room with me, I'm going to ask you something.
And then there's always those times too where, we kind of just fall into a comfortable silence. It inevitably happens almost in every room. Every time I've been on a chat, everybody's just stitching away and it just gets quiet. And it's not an awkward silence. We're all just working together. So
usually you hear 2, 3.
Everybody's counting. Yeah. Some major.
I'm counting. Shh.
Stop saying numbers out loud.
Oh my goodness.
But we've enjoyed it so much. This will be Show Me Frogwarts free weekend.
This will be
our 4th digital retreat event.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah.
And it's been really fun.
I think it's been mental health saving a little bit for us a little, and I think for other people out there, especially when we did Show Me, because at that point we'd all been locked up without seeing anybody else for a month, and we were like ready to be done with our numbers a little bit.
It was really stressful at that point too, because we still didn't know what was happening.
Right.
Yeah. There was a whole lot of unknowns still happening, at the beginning. So yeah, that was really awesome. That was a lot of fun to look forward to that. It was fun with everything canceling to be able to still have something to look forward to. So.
Yeah.
And we've said before, and we'll probably say every time, those ladies who were at the Show Me retreat online were fabulous because we got to try out everything on them.
And they were so patient while we figured out how things worked, what things didn't work, while we adjusted some rules for things, and it
was really fun.
And they just had such great attitudes. I at Frogwarts and Show Me, and I want to even say our free retreat weekend, we had amazing people jumping in to help each other out during challenges and things and answering questions for each other. And it's so amazing to see the camaraderie in the cross stitch community.
Yeah. Yes. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If we can, inevitably you post something and maybe I'll see it 3 or 4 minutes later. I could see it 2 minutes later and somebody else will have already helped you.
Yes.
Guaranteed. Yeah. So if I'm not waiting for that post, somebody else will be there to help you. So please do not be afraid of asking a question.
Yeah, and I just want to say, we're not trying to ignore the Facebook group or anything, but we are knee deep in Advent right now. And like I said, 1,020 gifts to go. And I'll also tell you that means that I have to cut down 38 yards of fabric, and then have to package it and then have to wrap it before next weekend. So
I want to say too, that when we're in a Facebook Live, if you ask a question, that's fine, but we are not going to answer it on the live. We probably won't see it. Usually I'm sitting here with my phone so that we make sure that we get to see all of the comments.
And I'm reading notes over on the side
Yes.
so we don't miss something on a live.
Yeah. And I feel like the Facebook lives are kind of I don't want to say scripted, but
A little bit.
because they're a little bit scripted because you're headed into a stitching challenge or a stash dive, and we've got to get you all this information,
We have to
and
make
then
sure
we've
you
got to get
understand
you
the rules and that we've
yeah,
said
and
all
then
the
we've got to
rules.
get you started. So if you're having an issue connecting, or if you're having an outside issue that we're kind of not dealing with, PM or DM, whatever, private message us, or post something in the
Or even email, because email pops
Yeah.
up immediately on our phones.
right.
And
You know what we can do?
yeah.
We can make a post and tag it as an announcement and have it say issues here and have you note your time that you are posting so
Yes.
that we make sure we see it.
Please just don't say I'm not having any issues, because
Yeah. Please don't answer on that if you don't need to.
because then it buries the people who are having problems.
Yes.
Right.
So maybe we'll
Yeah.
do that. We'll just make a post and tie it as an announcement at the very top of the page so that you'll of the group so that you'll be able to see it, and you can post in there, just post
Questions or problems.
yeah. And just post what time it is so that we know. And then whoever gets in and helps you will tag it and say, got it.
What
So.
time will you be having the rooms open tonight?
I actually will probably set them up tomorrow morning.
I'm like, she's not doing that tonight. We're not opening rooms tonight. I'm so
No,
confused.
I know I'm playing into this is
Yes,
this
okay.
is
you are.
tomorrow. So what time will the rooms open tonight?
I'm gonna say conservatively between 12 and 1 p.m.
Okay, so then that gives you time to try. If those rooms are even set up at like 4 Central Time, that gives you time to try to get into those rooms.
Mhm.
Find the rooms button. Some iPads have issues with that. If you
Yes.
can't use a different device,
And you're fine to use the rooms ahead of the event. Like,
yeah,
that's totally fine. If you want to go sit in a room and hang out and wait for somebody to join you and stitch, that's totally fine.
And after
Yep.
the events, as long as the rooms are there, the rooms eventually do come
Expire.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
they expire.
Which
But
we actually hadn't realized. Thank you, Athena, for pointing that out.
I didn't realize either. I had
So-
created a room in for my own group, and I went back. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna join the room, and I'm like, oh, it's up there. Where did it go?
We're gonna have to come
So-
up with all those names again. I'm kind of disappointed that they all disappeared.
and we didn't
You
save
don't-
them.
I know. I'm gonna have to screenshot them this time, whatever we come up with.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were. Oh, they were I know what they were. I remember
Well,
them.
they were loosely, but we added to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this has been a little bit longer than I think we intended to. But
Yeah.
that's fine, because I think we covered some good information.
Yeah.
So, talk to
Okay.
you later, Society Stitchers.
Bye.
See you tonight.